Hey, what is up everybody? I am here to give you a very special review. And tonight, on the WWE Network, after Monday Night Raw, they played this special that they like to do. They did a documentary about Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. And it's really worth checking out. I think it's great. And it's called Usos 10 Hours to Houston. It actually makes a lot of sense why it would be called that. So I just figured I watch it and review it. And this was good. I liked this. It was a good documentary. So it starts out by showing them what they do. They're going around the locker room and they all talk. And we find out about them. And we find out about their entrance. They talked about how they were fans of their entrances. They were a fan of The Undertaker's entrance because he was slow and mysterious. But they were also fans of The Ultimate Warrior's entrance because he ran to the ring. And they liked Shawn Michaels' entrance because it was very flash. It was very pyro, very explosive. So they wanted to start a new entrance. And they started the new entrance that they have now called the War Dance. It's called the Suaf. Oh wait, hold on. I read the wrong thing. It's in Samoan because they're Samoan. It's called Sivia Tau. I think that's how you say that. And they actually showed them doing the dance. But now it says all the words in English because all the words are Samoan when they do it. Now it says all the words are in English. And I'm gonna do this dance myself. And yeah, I'm going to do this dance myself and read the words. And I'll do it like they do. La! Make a way and make a side. Make this team is... Oh, wait, I botched because my handwriting is just awful. I'll do it again. Make way and move aside. Because this team is unique. Wild Samoan Warriors. Wild Samoan Warriors. Wild Samoan Warriors. We are from Samoan. We are from Samoa. It sounds better probably when it's in Samoan and when they do it because they know how to do it better than I do. And yeah. And it was just good stuff. And they talked about how at first they thought it was weird. It even showed the first time they had done it, and they didn't even look like they knew how to do it at first. It took some time, and people thought it was weird. And then the superstars, but then they talked about how the kids even began doing it, that they eventually got into it, and kids would send, like, videos of them on Twitter of them doing it, and I thought that was awesome. And, what else does it show? And it also shows, and Tyson Kidd talks about, since they couldn't tell them apart, that they just came up with the nicknames for him called Oos. And now they call him Tice Oos. Tice Oos. And Kofi Kingston calls him, hey, what's up, Oos? So then they go back and do that. That was awesome. And then they show these necklaces from Samoan that they got. And then it kind of goes back to, like, the real story. And how they were both in the room, that them being a tag team doesn't really feel like that they're in a tag team. It's just a way of life because they've always been together. And we meet their mom. And her name is Sua Fatu. I don't know if I said that right or not. And that's their mom. And if you don't know their names in real life, I will tell you them. And I pulled them up so I wouldn't mess them up. One of them's Jimmy Uso's real name is Jonathan Fatu. I think I said that right. And Jay Uso's real name in real life is Joshua Samuel Fatu. I think I'm saying that right. And they talk about the Samoan, and we know that, and if you don't know, Rikishi is their father. They talked about how they were good kids, but they always got into mischief. They always did stuff, got into trouble. Not like big trouble, but, like little kids, stuff that little kids would do. And the mother had him play football. And at first they didn't like it, but then they grew a liking to it. And we met some other people. And we met Ronnie Gilliland, I think that's how you say it. it was the football coach from East Kama High School from 1996 until 2007. And he talked about how they were great football players and they knew what they were doing. And Roman Reigns, who was like, well, I think they're cousins somehow, also played football with them. And they wanted to, first they didn't like it. It was just them being hot in the sun. They didn't like playing football at first. And then they grew a liking to it. And they wanted to go join the NFL. And some of their teammates, one of them being Lorenzo Bryant, and the other being Dante Shepard. And they talked about how they just went in right for the tackle. They didn't care, and like they cared, but they just went right in for the tackle, and they were all explosive, and they couldn't tell who was who, obviously. And they went to college to become football players, and we meet Joshua's wife, Jimmy, and her name is. Forgive me for my pronunciation. Her name is Tikisha Travis Fachu. And she talked about how pretty much all their lives, and one of them too even won homecoming kid. I forgot to tell you that. And in high school, they were happy about that. They were all pretty popular. They were all good people. They never really got into problems in high school. And they talk about what did they talk about? Oh, they talk about how when they went into college, they went to play football, but one of them's grades wasn't doing well, so they left college and came home and worked at a job. And from time to time, when the other one was home, Roman Reigns and the Usos would work at this job. And they did stuff like they put stuff up in a truck like it was furniture or stuff. They tell you about it in this if you want to see it. And they wanted to be the best at it. But then one day, Umaga, or Uncle Edq, it's a name in Samoan, came in and said, "Come here, I need to talk to you." Like they wanted to talk to them, and they talked some sense into him. And his wife named Lit Fachu, and he wanted them to start getting into wrestling. He wanted them to become wrestlers because wrestling's in their blood, and he was going to take them down to Houston, and you have till tomorrow to leave. And it was like 3 a.m. So they left to Houston. They started training. Booker T was one of the trainers, which was awesome. And they started training. It was every day. They would wake up, train for 3 to 4 hours, and go back to bed and stuff, and complete that cycle all over again. And eventually they got a call from the WWE in 2009, and the saddest thing was Umaga died the day the WWE signed him. That was pretty sad. I actually found that pretty emotional, and it was pretty emotional. And they talked about how Umaga wasn't just their uncle. There was their friend. He was always there for them. He wanted the best for them. And Umaga's wife even said that he knew that he would be proud of them. So it was kind of sad to hear about it. And I knew Umaga was related to them because they talk about how they paid tribute to him when they wrestle, and it shows them doing a splash and then Umaga doing a splash. And I thought that was good stuff. And then what happens now? They talk about their run in the WWE, and Rikishi says they're like one of the most fan favorite superstars ever. Mainly the kids love him, and Chris Jericho talked about how they're always over with the crowd. They always have that same energy, and that makes the crowd have the same energy, and it shows them attacking people. And The Miz said the High Flyer... No, it wasn't The Miz. The Miz says that they're one of the most unique tag teams. The High Flyers, but not High Flyers. I think either The Miz or Kofi Kingston said that. And then it shows them beating the New Age Outlaws, which consist of the Road Dogg Jesse James and the Badass Billy Gunn. The New Age Outlaws. And it shows them when they talk about how it was a great moment for them. It was them having to work as hard as they could. and Rikishi was never any proud of them. And they talk about how one of the great career moments was when Rikishi had shown up on Raw once, and they got to dance in the ring together with Rikishi. They liked that, and yeah, just good stuff. And The Miz even talks about how they can never tell them apart. When he would do commentary, he would always mess them up because he could never tell them apart. And we find out one of them's taller than the other, but I don't know which one. And it shows pictures of it. And they talk about too how their mother used to dress them up alike, and they hated that. They didn't mind it at first, but when they were kids, they didn't like that. And they talked about how one of them was always sad and depressed. Not like when they were babies, they were like sad, but the other one was always happy and giggly. And she never messed them up, but Rikishi has before. And they talk about too how they have this twin sync. Well, sometimes they'll say the same thing as the other guy. And one time too, they got separated, and one of them went to Florida, and the other one would stay home looking at the window. And then when they got reunited, they were playing all happy together. And she said she would never separate them like that again. And I thought that was awesome stuff that they said that right there. And then it shows a video package, and they said of them how they made it to the WWE. And Booker T says they were never any hard workers. And the Usos say that there's never anyone that there never could be any closer to the win. They're like the rib on them. And that was it. And Rikishi says that he's never been prouder of his sons. And I thought that was good stuff. And this was a great video documentary here. I know I didn't cover a lot. I was really jumping around, but it's kind of hard to... It's not hard to review a documentary, but I think I covered everything. And if you have the network, go watch this. I suggest you watch this. This was awesome. I like the specials that they did. They've done a lot with the specials. And I thought it was good stuff. Who else, though? Like it, and if you have it for free, you have it for free for what? Today's November 25th. I believe about 5 days or something like that. Let me count. If you have the net, because that will bug me. If you have the net, if you have about, because you count today, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more days left to have the network for free. So you have, if you have it for free, you have 6 days to watch this, and it's only about 27 minutes and something seconds. So it's good stuff. I suggest you watch it, and I will be back to do another video today. But yeah, I thought this was good stuff. It really made me a fan of the Usos. I always was a fan of them. They're like one of my favorite tag teams right now. And I think it was nice to see how their journey was. And I can't wait, because next week there's going to be something else special on the network. But I thought this was awesome stuff. I think I knew this was coming, and then, yeah, they did this. And I thought this was awesome stuff. So I'll be back later on today to give you guys another video.